This is Jazz and you're watching Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. I am in the beautiful state of Wyoming, here at Devil's Tower. Check out how massively cool that is. I've heard rumors that some people call it Mashed Potato Mountain. I don't know if that's true or not. I think it's from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But check out the view from here. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? I think the last time I was here was in the early 2000s. I didn't realize how much I missed it until being here just now. But let's see if I have enough cell phone service to get our musical guest on the phone. Call Daniel Butch.
Calling Daniel Butch.
I might actually have enough cell phone service. Check it out. It's ringing.
Hello?
Daniel.
Hey.
It's the Jazz Man. How are you?
Hey, Jazz Man. Pretty good.
Hey, I got a question for you.
What's up?
I am climbing up the boulder field at the bottom of Devil's Tower, and it got me to thinking of your band Stage of Dreams and how cool it would be if you all would be on my TV show. What do you say?
Oh, hell yeah.
That was a oh hell yeah. Well, thank you, sir. I look forward to seeing you all. I mean, I thought, I'm climbing up here, I'm like, what band can I have on? And it was like Stage of Dreams just came to mind because it's so like awesomely cool and metal, you know what I mean? So yeah. So what do you say? I'm in Wyoming. I'm gonna come back to Pittsburgh in a couple days because I think my band is opening for your band this weekend at a show, and we'll link up and do a little interview and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, I have one other question. Before I do that, I forgot, because I've only done this show like 16 times. I think this is 14, I don't know. Anyways, but before I come back, I'll probably end up at a hotel room somewhere and I'll do a Zoom interview with you from wherever I'm at. How's that sound? Then I'll come back to Pittsburgh.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, in the meantime, this is Stage of Dreams.
From my rage, got your mind on my hard drive, ready for download into the blank, into the blank. Got what you asked for, what you deserve, into the blank, into the blank. Got what you asked for, what you deserve. Download, vengeance download. You are my victim. A vengeance download. A final disaster is coming your way. Download, vengeance download. You are my victim. A vengeance download. Your memories, then you will know the reason why I've done these things to you. Into the black, into the black. Got what you asked for, what you deserve. Download, vengeance download. You are my victim. Your vengeance download. A final disaster is coming your way. Download, vengeance download. You are my victim.
climbing up the boulders here at Devil's Tower. And there's a sign up ahead that I think is going to say, "Hey Jazz, quit climbing the boulders here at Devil's Tower. You can't go any higher unless you want to get a fine." And I don't really want to get a fine, but I do kind of want to see what the sign says, right? Why not? I mean, first off, check out this view. Why wouldn't I want to go higher? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty freaking awesome. We'll go just a little further to see what the sign says. So I'm going to see if I can zoom in with my phone on that sign to see what it says. See, that's what it says. It says, "Turn around now, Spotty, before you get in trouble. You don't want to go any higher unless you're a registered climber." That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go see what the sign says. I'm this close. I'm sure it says don't go any further. Right? I want to see what it says. I'm still on the boulder, so I'm not breaking any of their rules. I'm not allowed to go up there, but look how cool that is. The boulder field, let's see what it says. It says, dun 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 dun. It says exactly what I thought it said. Attention, you must be registered beyond this point. So we shall go no further. Huh. All right, look at the beautiful view from here. Look at the, let me catch my breath. Huh. Look at the beautiful view from here. Devil's Tower in Wyoming. And I've climbed as far as I can climb without going any further. If I go any further than this sign, if I go past this sign, I'll get fined, and who knows, maybe they'll throw me in jail and lock away the key, I guess. But anyways, it says, attention, you must be registered beyond this point. So we're not going to go any further, but look at how cool that is. It's awesome. All the vultures are circling because they know I might fall. I was here one time in the early 2000s, and we went up there. I don't think they had this sign here, but my cousin and my brother and I went way up to the base. It was pretty cool. If I can find the old VHS videotape, I will put it right here. So there is a Sioux legend about the origins of Devil's Tower, and it goes something like this. There were two boys trying to find their way home through the prairie, and they felt like they were being followed, and it turns out they were by this bear called Mato, M-A-T-O, and tried to get away from him, and they just couldn't. And finally they prayed to the Great Spirit in the sky, and the Great Spirit in the sky lifted them up out of the reach of the bear on what is now Devil's Tower. And the bear tried to get him, but he was a giant bear, but he couldn't get to the top, and finally he left him alone. So then finally a giant eagle came and rescued him off the top and took him back to their village. So there's other variations of this origin story that you may hear, but that one's from the Sioux people. So there you have it. You know, I told you the origin story from the Sioux about the two boys that were lifted up on Devil's Tower from the Great Spirit in the sky. The scientists think that it was magma, that, you know, everything eroded and blah, blah, blah. Millions of years later, you get the Devil's Tower. But I forgot about the third one. The third one is that that's actually made out of mashed potatoes. And I'll be honest, I thought I liked the Sioux story first, but I think I like the mashed potato one better. So you decide how it came about. I'm gonna go with mashed potatoes. Those of you who know me know that I only drink in pubs and saloons. So I found a saloon here in Keystone on my way to Mount Rushmore.
He's on his way to Mount Rushmore.
Right. If they don't arrest me and throw me in the pokey beforehand. But I also drink in what I say pubs and saloons, bars, and anywhere there's alcohol. So this looks like a good place. You gotta do it the right way and be like, right? Did I steer you wrong? Of course not. Look at this place. Gorgeous. So I'm out in Keystone on my way to Mount Rushmore. And look who I found at the pub, at the saloon.
Never know who you're going to run into.
Mr. Chuck Gilchrist, everybody. Cheers, Chuck.
Cheers.
Woohoo. Chink. Trilling. Cheers. Chuck here is one of the leading sound men in the Pittsburgh area. Isn't that right, Chuck?
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, maybe not one of the leading, but he has been known to dabble in soundboard technology from time to time.
Yeah, that's about something.
It would be fair to say that you've ran sound for a lot of bands,
Yes.
both local and national,
Yes.
and you've toured with some bands.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about local bands, Chuck, as a sound guy? What do local bands do that drive you nuts?
Not be professional.
All right. In what sense?
Time, care of equipment,
Giving you a stage plot?
stage plot. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Assuming that I know what they're doing.
Assuming that, like, you know who they are.
I know who they are.
Okay.
I know all their music. If it's a cover band, I know most of
Right.
the music. But you know, if it's an original band I've never heard before,
Right.
you know, all I can do is use my best guess.
Absolutely. Now that you've told everybody what you really don't like about local bands, what do you actually like about them? Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
We're just
that's not true, because there's a lot of good local bands.
Right.
A lot of great musicians playing in local bands.
Yeah.
There are great music out there. I
What?
don't get to see local bands like I used to, so
Because you travel all the
because
time.
I'm traveling all the time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's definitely a niche there, and Pittsburgh's always had great musicians. So just keep it up.
There you go. Let's build the city back up, right? What happened to the scene, Chuck? It just died.
It died.
Died everywhere. Though.
It died when, I mean, back in the late 70s, early 80s, when there was a newspaper, you could open it up to the Weekender section. There'd be 3 pages of clubs that bands play.
Yeah.
Just on Route 51 alone, between Elizabeth and the tunnels, there was 10, 11 clubs that had live bands, 5, 6 nights a week.
Yeah.
And that's gone. That training ground is gone.
Yeah. Well, and it used to be, because of that, it was almost organized. Like you had to prove yourself on the weeknights before you got the weekend, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
Before you got to make any money.
Yeah.
You play for the door, but you only had 5 people in the place, so you weren't really making any money.
Right. Yeah. But there was almost like a little circuit, even just within Pittsburgh.
There was.
You know, yeah.
You had the different genres of band. I mean, the country music had its own little circuit. The R&B had its own little circuit. You had my old age is setting in. I can't remember the name of the boardwalk. Had all the top bands. Fat City and Swissville. They had a lot of national and international bands come in, plus all the top local bands.
He's going way back.
Way back.
Way back. Like, guitars didn't even have 6 strings at that point in time. They still only had 5. Google that. It's true. Chuck, out of all the bands in Pittsburgh that you've done or seen, current or old, what was your favorite band to, like, work with or just be in or go see or whatever?
Back in the day, it would have been Billy Price and the Keystone Rhythm Band.
Okay.
The Parker Brothers, more on the R&B side.
Half Wheel, currently.
Currently Half Wheel.
Because they're awesome.
I never miss a show. I'll fly in from wherever I'm at just to catch a show.
Just to catch a contact buzz from the singer.
There's that too.
Sorry, Sean.
Sorry, Sean.
I am at Mount Rushmore. A couple interesting facts about Mount Rushmore. It was completed in 1941, just before World War II. It took 14 years for them to carve this out of the mountain. Now, I read a couple other interesting facts. I'm going to dispute one of them, but the first one that I'm not going to dispute is there is a hidden chamber underneath of Lincoln's head. I'm not going to dispute that because I don't know, there probably is one. But the one that I will sort of dispute is they say that Teddy Roosevelt is not wearing glasses. And if you zoom in there, you can clearly see where they carved glasses into the rock. Now, it's not all 3D, but I think they carved glasses there. So I'm going to dispute that one. All right, so I'm going to try to get a little closer to Mount Rushmore for you. I'm going to hike on the Presidential Trail to get some new shots. I made it as close to Mount Rushmore as I could on the Presidential Trail. This is it. I can't go any further, but you have a really good shot of the presidents and their nostrils from this vantage point. We are leaving Mount Rushmore.
So yeah, I made it back to the hotel. And I am on a Zoom call with my dear friend, Daniel Butch from Stage of Dreams. How you doing today?
Really good. Really good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on this. And today is a very special day because you are anxiously awaiting something in the mail, aren't you?
Yes, sir. The CDs for our new album, The Duality Conflict, are going to be arriving. So
yes, I can't wait. That's big,
Yeah.
exciting news. Long in the making, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about the new album. You guys put a lot, like it's a concept album, right?
Yes. It's a concept album. It tells a story. The whole story isn't really on the CD. You got to kind of see it live and get some of the story there. And then there's background on the web, on our website. So if you read those articles, you get more of the puzzle filled in. So it requires a little digging, a little thought. The basic gist is there's a Marine who ends up in a coma, and he ends up in this realm with this other being called the Executioner. And their job is to search the warehouse of the damned and eliminate evil souls. And they run into an issue when the girl, her abductors, she was taken by a vampire. So vampire can live in both worlds at the same time. Soul can exist in two places. So that's the gist of the duality conflict and how to solve this problem.
Wow. Okay. Without giving away the whole album, it's interesting. Now, this actually translates into quite a stage show too, right? Like, this is going to be a live, you've got to see it. What would you, opera? Is that the right word? I don't know.
I mean, we use the term rock opera just as, like if you read Bruce Dickinson's book, that's how he refers to Iron Maiden. So I feel that, we're rock opera in that sense. And there's some stage props. We don't overdo it with them, but there's some really cool ones. And there's some acting involved. Cool. So, and there's some motion involved with these platforms. And yeah, it's going to be a little different than what people are used to seeing.
I can't wait to see it. So I'm actually going to be flying. I'm out west right now. I'm going to be flying back to Pittsburgh in a couple days, and I'll have the honor to be performing with Homicide Black, playing drums, opening for you guys at the show this weekend. So I can't wait to see it. And what we're going to do is we're going to shoot a bunch of video from that show for Jazz's Rockin' Roadshow. So that's where all the video from Stage of Dreams is going to come from that you're going to see on the show here. Or you may have already seen some of the videos. I don't know. I don't script this stuff out, So one thing I wanted to ask you before we hang up here is you guys put a lot into the recording process. I mean, you guys didn't just record this in your basement or my basement. You guys went all out with a big time recording. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we actually recorded in 2 different studios. So we did like the bass, the drums, and one of the guitars at Mind Rocket Studios in West Middlesex. Then we did the other guitar and all the vocals at the Vault in Pittsburgh. Okay. And then from there, we hired Command Space Audio. A guy named Daniel Salcido mixed it. He's from Los Angeles. He's mixed a lot of bigger bands. And then from there, after the mixing was done, it went to Mayor Applebaum, who's renowned for mastering metal albums.
Great. So you guys spared no expense. And that is really, like, hats off to you for, putting the time and the effort and the money and all that into it. And I forgot to mention, I have a camera up here, so I every once in a while I look up here and talk to this camera. But I did forget to mention, you all won the 97.7 FM Gracie Award this past year, right? So
yeah, 2022. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
We won the Gracie Award. Yeah.
Yeah.
For our song "Rooting for Ghost."
Yeah, very, very deserving too. Great, great tunes. I'm looking forward to meeting up with you in a couple of days. Anything else you want to tell the world about Stage of Dreams before we conclude our Zoom interview?
Yeah, definitely. Give us a chance. Check us out. I think that you might have a little bit of trouble putting us in a box, any certain box, when you hear the duality conflict.
Excellent. And on that note, we're going to put one of the songs that we're going to record in a couple days right here in the video on Jazz's Rockin' Roadshow. So this is Stage of Dreams.
Gonna end realize the melting faces, realize the pain of ages, realize hardest faces, realize the melting faces, realize the pain of ages, realize hardest faces.
And here we are on Chuck and Jazz's crazy tour at the Dinosaur Park. Why are we at the Dinosaur Park? It's free. Notice the quality reproductions made out of cement 100 years ago. It doesn't get any better than this. I had enough.
Hey, Chuck,
Yeah, Jazz.
do we want to go all the way up there to see the dinosaurs after we saw these ones?
No.
All right, I had to leave Chuck down at the visitor center, and I had to hike up the hill here, even though I said I wasn't going to, because I had to check out the dinosaurs here at Dinosaur Park in Rapid City, South Dakota. So there is a bit of history to this, and it is kind of cool. So where to start? The ridge where the dinosaurs are located has a bit of a dark past. It's called Hangman's Hill, I believe, because in 1877 they caught some smugglers or thieves or something, and well, Hangman's Hill. Put two and two together and you got it. Anyway, but work on the Brontosaurus, which is the most popular dinosaur up here, started in 1936 during the Depression. And it kind of served as a way to get people to stop in Rapid City, you know, to see it on their way to Mount Rushmore and stuff like that. So kind of a touristy trap thing. And I believe all of these statues, I hope at least, obviously, they're all drawn from little kids, and then they make these dinosaurs. So, I don't know, it's kind of cool, I think. Let's check them out. I mean, you can't help but laugh. I mean, you gotta laugh, right? I mean, look at this T-Rex with his arms. He looks like he's from Toy Story, but he's pretty cool at the same time. Dinosaur Park here in Rapid City, on top of one of the highest mountains here, has to be the coolest thing I've seen on this trip. I mean, how can you not love this? I mean, yeah, I kind of made fun of it a little bit, but it's really cool. So I'm gonna tell you, if you're in Rapid City, come to Dinosaur Park and check it out. It's free. I actually hate the fact that I'm leaving Dinosaur Park, but the time has come to head back to the hotel and get something to eat and have some beers and pack up for the flight back to Pittsburgh. So I am very glad that I saw this though. Dinosaur Park gets a big thumb up from me.
How did I get to be the guinea pig? Just the unluck of the drives of power. Two souls in one place. used to be my fellow man. How did I get to be the guinea pig? Just the young luck of the drawings of power. Two souls in one place at the same time. You can get inside, but you can't replace. You can get inside, hey, invading my mind. Stay the fuck away from me. Inside your thoughts. When you're raping my mind, invading my mind. Stay the hell away from me. Inside your thoughts. When you're raping my mind, machine.
I'm at the Rapid City Airport getting ready to fly back to Pittsburgh to meet up with Stage of Dreams at their show with my band, Homicide Black. So, see you in Pittsburgh soon.
All right, I'm back in Pittsburgh. I'm at the Freeport Event Center, and my friends in Stage of Dreams are rehearsing for their big show tomorrow night. We're gonna sneak right in the stage door and check it out. Sounds like we go this way. I always love finding my way around in these places. They have a full-blown stage show, and this is really cool. More bands need to take note of this. Check this out. They got scrims that are gonna move into place and turn. Screams and killer music.
At the end, now you guys can switch to the band title right now.
What were you asking me just now?
I was asking you if you were going to record everything.
I am not gonna record anything tonight, or am I? We're gonna record tonight. Look at this backstage area, getting ready.
Did you get my fat gut in there?
Backstage with the Stage of Dreams here at the Freeport Event Center. It's like a rock and roll show about to happen. This is Stage of Dreams. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Good.
Awesome.
Very good.
Excited. No, yeah.
Right? I gotta say, I was here for the rehearsal last night and you guys blew me away. It was great.
Thank you.
So before we get into all the information about the band, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell me who does what here.
Jim Carson, guitars.
Daniel Butch, vocals. Dion Pomponio, guitars.
Chris Mariotti, bass player. Sean McConnell, drums.
Janelle Wallace, vocals.
Woohoo!
All right, so you all just released the Duality Conflict, which is a concept album. I'm right?
Yeah, correct, sir.
How did that all come about? What made you think we got to do a concept album? And tonight you're doing the entire album from start to finish with theatrics in between. Tell me all about it. Yeah.
What's going on? Well, quite a while ago, I had this idea. I mean, literally a lot of the ideas came to me in one day. And it's just something that kind of grew over the years until the whole band formed. And we were really close. We were doing, we were having some success because we did the walk-in thing. And we just by chance, Janelle showed up at one of our shows and ended up singing a song with the Iron Maiden tribute that we're in. Me and Jim are in. And Dion just said, "Hey, why don't we see if Janelle wants to join our band? Because you guys sounded so great together." So everything just kept forming, and then we got to plan to do the album. Dion did a lot of the planning to get everything scheduled and everything set up so we could do this on a professional level. And I mean, it just keeps on growing.
That's great. And you recorded at some really high-end studios. Tell me about those, but how long did the recording process take? I mean, were you writing in the studio, or did you have everything ready and it's like, we're going to these big studios, we got to knock it out quick? Is that
was more of the way things went. We definitely wrote everything ahead of time. The recording, we recorded at Mind Rocket. We did some things there. We did the drums there.
Yeah.
We did some of the guitars there and the bass there.
All of them.
And then we recorded at the Vault recording studio in Pittsburgh, and we did some more guitars there, and we did all the vocals there. And really, as far as how long did everything take, but how many days did you guys have on guitars?
Knocked everything out rhythm-wise per guitar player per weekend. So about a weekend per guitar player.
Nice.
And then took another weekend each time to do solos. And drums, you knocked that out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And
The drums. We were on a pretty tight schedule. We had a whole calendar laid out for who was there, what days, and everybody rose to the occasion. We all got done in about the time that we needed to get done.
April through June of this year.
Yeah, that's great, because like with home recording studios, it's made us all lazy, because it's like, I'll do it tomorrow. But when you got to schedule the dates, you better be on,
Whips you into shape real quick.
Yeah.
I think what we did that was to our advantage, I think, is that we planned a couple months ahead of time and wrote everything, not just free form, but put them all to click tracks.
Yeah.
So if in fact, so practice them to click tracks for a while. And then so we went to the studio. It was hard on Sean to have to play to that specific thing, but knocked it out amazingly. And it made it easy for us then to go home and practice those and know what we were doing. And no question.
Yeah, that's great. I'm excited about this show, because after sitting through the rehearsals last night, because for the audience, they all did the dress rehearsal. So they did some music rehearsals, then you did a tech run through, and then the actual entire show with the theatrics and everything. And it's so cool to see a band do that now, because like there's so many times now where it's just like, okay, we're just going to set up by the karaoke machine and turn, the Steeler games on that TV and the Pirates is on that TV, but that's not happening tonight.
No.
You have this big stage show. Are you trying to do this everywhere that you play, or is this just a special stage show for tonight? Tell me about that.
It's not just for tonight, and we definitely want to do more of this, but we have 2 basic modes that we do. We have performance mode, where we're not doing the rock opera and the theatrics, but we would like to get into more theaters to put on a show like this.
We need nice venues. I mean,
Yeah.
this isn't something we could do in a small bar. It has to be a nice venue. So this will be more infrequent. Right. But we still continue to play out just as the band.
Yeah, this is the perfect theater for something like this.
Yeah, this is a great
perfect.
venue for it.
Yeah. So where can everybody buy the new album, Duality Conflict, from the Stage of Dreams?
So you'll be able to get the physical copies at our shows or at the Record Connection in Niles. We're also looking to get it in some other stores. Not as many stores as there used to be. But we're going to get it a few different places. We'll get it up in Cleveland, some Pittsburgh places. As far as buying it online, The album's not going to be released digitally for a while. We're going to release singles online and just build that up online. And the people that really know us are going to have the whole album.
Yeah, so if you want to have the album, you got to come see the band. That's the way it used to be. That's the way.
Yeah.
I can tell you've all thought this through. That's awesome. Great. Well, I would definitely be picking up a copy of their album, and you all should too. Thank you for being on my show, by the way. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We appreciate
Rock
it.
on.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Sorry, I'm invading your backstage area.
You're not at all.
What's your thoughts before you rock the Casbah?
I'm ready! Yeah!
Let's get a sound. I can't do it like I'll do the baritone. Whoa, 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 yeah.
Oh, yeah!
I'm staging me so bad, but in a good way. You have a great night. Thank you. So, all right. What's your thoughts before you hit the stage, man? Groupies.
We are gonna. Okay. Lots of them are good.
Okay, that's first thing.
That's first thing.
Second thing.
Second thing.
Groupies.
So.
Okay, third thing.
Groupies need to bring the keg back here because I don't have nothing to drink.
Would you like a beer?
If you do, that'd be awesome.
I'm gonna bring him a beer.
The Primo.
Take me back
To another time
when you were there.
for me.
Another time,
Another place,
I know you know.
my darling.
Another time,
Another place,
nothing I can do to save you.
hear my voice, condemn my choice.
All I can ever hope for is an angel in the night. So fly to me like a demon in the moonlight, crying blood tears, waiting for you. Fly to me, little angel in the midnight, facing my fears, waiting for you.
Silent conversation,
Whispers in the dark,
painful moment present.
by the ticking of the clock.
Hear my voice, condemn my choice.
Fly to me like a demon in the moonlight, crying blood tears, waiting for you. Fly to me, little angel in the midnight, facing my fears, waiting for you. Waiting here for you.
Waiting here for you.
Waiting for you. Lie to me like a demon in the moonlight, crying blood tears, waiting for you. Fly to me, little angel in the midnight, facing my fears, gone. She's not all there. Pieces of her everywhere. Not all gone. Not all there. Pieces of her everywhere. Not all gone. On the stage of Thank you. Thank you so much.